Hello everyone, it's Rodney Allgood coming to you with another video that will help you on your quest to move forward. Now before I get started, make sure to hit the subscribe and like button below so you can get alerted when I make these videos for you. Today we're going to be talking about moving out of the illusion, moving away from the illusion. Now as Jehovah's Witnesses, we lived in a very fake world. It was an illusion. But in life, remember this, whatever we buy into, whatever we've accepted as truth, becomes our reality. So it doesn't matter if it's an illusion or not, it's still the reality we're living from. And as we leave the religion, a lot of times we still have a lot of that illusion stuck in our minds. So we're going to be talking about three different things that are very much an illusion that we need to move away from. Number one, moving away from that perceived power that the people in the religion have. Whether it was an elder that you knew or elders that you knew, whether it's the governing body, it doesn't matter who it is. It's a fake power. It applies to the people who have been brainwashed and conditioned to believe in this false world. It's no different than the Wizard of Oz, right? The Tin Man, the Scarecrow, the Lion. Who else did we have? Scarecrow, Tin Man, Lion. One more. I can't remember who it was. But Dorothy and her friends all believed in the Wizard of Oz, and it was as real to them as anything until they pulled back the curtain and saw this little man pulling strings with a big bullhorn. It was all fake. But they believed it. And as long as you believe it, you live by it, right? I think the lion wanted courage, right? Tin Man wanted a heart. Scarecrow wanted, what was that? I can't remember all of it, but, they were telling themselves that they didn't have the things that they had. It was always within them. But they believed the illusion that the Wizard of Oz was going to give them these things, and it's the same for you. But they believed in the power of the almighty wizard who was fake. These men who run that organization, whatever position they have, are very weak men normally. They have an illusion of power. It's not real. I promise you that if a governing body sat across from me to talk to me, he would run. He would end the discussion because I see the power is fake. Happens to me all the time when I go back to where I'm from and I run into an elder or something and they want to talk to me. When they see no fear and no reverence in me, I'm kind, I'm not mean, I'm not rude, but they run. They're weak. If they had any strength, they'd be able to be realistic in how they analyze the religion. They'd be able to have difficult conversations, which they can't have. They shut down when the conversation gets uncomfortable. They find ways out of the conversation. It's not a strong man, that's a weak man. Don't buy into their power. So when you don't buy into their power, when you see yourself as having expanded beyond them, they get very small. And when they do, you stop having the need to fight them. I don't need to fight them. I know who you are. I don't need to prove myself right to you. I've outgrown all of it. And when you understand that it's not something you have to fight, it's something that you've outgrown, then they lose the power to trigger you. They have no power. All their magic powers are gone. It's all an illusion. So when you get to this point where you see through the perceived power, it doesn't affect you. Some of you have heard me say this before in other videos. If they disfellowshipped you, stop using that word. That's their word. You're not disfellowship. You simply left the religion. That's made up words for their world. Stand in your power. Talk to who you want to talk to. I talk to who I want to talk to. If anybody's going to run, it's not going to be me. I don't act like I don't know people I know. Let them run. Don't buy into the game. Don't walk down another aisle in the grocery market when you see somebody. Don't get uncomfortable in your Starbucks and they walk in. Stand in your power. When you do, they won't know what to do. They always expect you to honor that world. Don't. I'm not saying you got to disrespect people. Just be you. No power. They have no power. It's an illusion. Okay? So that's the first thing. Number two, lose the illusion of all the friends you left behind. You may have left a few friends behind, but most of those people were your comrades, not your friends. I'm going to say that again. Most of those people were your comrades, not your friends. You see, a friend gets closer to you in your darkest of times. When you're struggling, if somebody has an addiction or some kind of problem they're struggling with, friends are there to support you, to help strengthen you, and to help bring you back up. They lend you a hand when you're down. Witnesses avoid you. They make distance. You're considered bad association when you're struggling, even if you're not kicked out of the religion. You still aren't in the in crowd, are you? When a word gets around that you're struggling with something or you get put on reproof or whatever it is. Those aren't friends. Some of you're disfellowship now and they cut you off. Those aren't friends. It's comrades. Comrades is when you have something in common that brings you together. You play on the same football team. You're in the military together. Maybe you come into a bunch of money and you get to join the expensive country club up the hill. You know, that $100,000 a year, $50,000 a year country club. Now, what happens if you lose all your money? Then you've lost all those new friends from the country club. What happens when you get dropped from the team or traded to another team? Well, you lost all those friends that were teammates. These are comrades. Now you're going to make real friends. Now you have to see that, okay, I've got to learn to do something I didn't know how to do. Most witnesses don't know how to make friends because they have community. Don't mix up community with friends. Witnesses have a wonderful community. I'm not going to take that from them. Wonderful community. Mormons have the same thing. Go to Salt Lake City. They have a wonderful community. And a lot of times when we leave the religion, what we're missing is our community, right? When I went camping, I'd go camping with 10, 12 families. When I went to the movies, 20 people showed up. That's community. And that is a wonderful thing. But you just don't create community out of the blue. And that's what a lot of you are struggling with, is you're used to having a community around you. And that's not easy to build. You got to be a part of something to do that. But you can begin to create strong friendships. We don't need a lot of friends. We need 3 or 4 real good friends, and we're good. But it's not friends that we lost for the most part. We lost comrades. So don't confuse yourself. It's easier to deal with when you know what you're dealing with and you understand what they really were to you. And last of all, lose the story of you. Everybody has a story. And we buy into our story, we create the limitation of that story. Lose the story. When I struggled the most when I first left the witnesses, I had a story about my life. I had a story about why my life sucked so much at the time. It's a story. And I told everybody that story that would listen. The story of this horrible religion that did this to me. Story of, it could be my ex-wife or different witnesses that I felt wronged me. I became my story. And when you become a victim in your story, you stay a victim. You become your story. Lose your story. If you're struggling, lose your story. You want to become bigger than your story. I don't even refer to myself as an ex-witness. I might use it on this channel and some of the things that I do so you could find me, but I'm not an ex-witness. I'm just somebody who evolved beyond it. My life's not defined by that. I don't tell people that I'm an ex-Castle High School student because I went to Castle High School. That's just where I was when I was 17. Being a witness is what I was when I was there. I've grown beyond both things. I'm something else now. 5 years from now, I'll be something else again because I'm a ever-evolving, expanding human being. And so should you be that. Expand, let yourself expand and lose your story, the illusion of who you are. You're bigger than your story. Remember, the answers you seek are within you. They're not on the outside. Stop looking for truth. There's only growth. Witnesses tell you, if this isn't the truth, then what is? There's only growth. Everything changes. Whatever we believed 200 years ago, 90% of it's been proven false. And I guarantee you 200 years from now, most of the things we believe today will be proven false. We're evolving, we're growing, we go through what resonates with us and we keep growing. Don't hold on to a story because a story will hold you back. A story will keep you from growing. Start living with intention. Start seeing where you're at. Go within yourself so you see where you're at and then have a vision for where you want to go. And then every step you take will be in accordance with that vision because you get both of these two things. You start living with intention. When you live with intention, you create your life. Most people live in reaction and they're reacting to life. So they're never in control. So my friends, I think that's a lot to marinate on. Give it some thought. This is some deep stuff. So thank you for watching this video. Make sure to hit the link below if you're watching this on YouTube to join our private Facebook group, the Empowered Minds group, where we'll keep on supporting each other and sharing vital information like this. But wishing you a great day. See you next time.